Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are discussing Asiri Ade. Asiri Ade is a Yoruba language epic film directed by Adeoluwa Owu. He also co-writes and co-produces this film. Now, Asiri Ade, a lot of people might not have heard about this film, and it's because it almost slipped through the cracks. It's one of the films that debuted on the new streaming service Circuit TV when it launched in late 2024. As such, because Circuit TV isn't as popular as Netflix, Prime Video, Showmax, a lot of people just didn't hear about this film, but I've taken the pain to go see it, and I think you should too because I think it's a good film. Now, the movie stars an ensemble of popular faces, including but not limited to Akin Lewis, Omowunmi Dada, Afolarin, Gabriel Afolayan, Bolanle Ninalowo, Fathia Balogun, and many more. Asiri Ade is a drama that follows two kingdoms locked in tension. Now, one of these kingdoms is ruled by a king known as Oba Jagunmade, played by Bolanle Ninalowo. Now, this kingdom has its own issues because it's been plagued by a serial killer. He's been killing off the chiefs, prominent chiefs, one after the other. In fact, when the film opens, it does so with the scene of one of the chiefs being killed, the first of many, where this masked killer tells the chief and we, the viewers, that he's a messenger of death because this chief owes a debt. Now, following a lot of the chiefs die, and then the king at one point even draws a connection and says, perhaps this guy is after us because everybody who's killed so far is childhood friends. He was telling one other chief, I think at that point, that's the only surviving chief, Chief Potun, who tells the king, no. But guess what? Not too long later, this guy dies. Now, the other kingdom is led by a king known as Adeoluwa, played by Akin Lewis. Adeoluwa is a nice king, is more cheerful, and doesn't really have problems in his kingdom. In fact, his biggest problem is his daughter, played by Omowunmi Dada, who is finding it hard to choose a suitor. Now, her character's name is Oyade, I believe, yes, Oyade. Unbeknownst to everyone, Oyade has a secret lover played by Afolarin. Iriwole is his character's name, and these two have a budding love. Now, the problem is that as the daughter of the king, she is expected to marry someone who is prominent, and her lover, Iriwole, is a lowly bead maker, and so they decide to keep their relationship a secret. Until something happens, both kingdoms want to get their children to marry. The other king, Oba Jagunmade's son, is played by Gabriel Afolayan. His name is Akin Ade. He proposes that both kingdoms marry their children to further establish their ties. And this is where the conflict that's happening in Oba Jagunmade's kingdom sort of flows into the other one, because that is at that moment that Oyade herself has realized, you know what, I'm going to tell my dad that I have somebody who I love, and so it's a series of interesting dramas in how Oba Adeoluwa tells the other one that his daughter isn't interested. Jagunmade feels insulted. And in somewhere there, the Iriwole is caught in between, the whole things, as he's suspected of being the serial killer plaguing the other community, and both communities are being set to go to war. And it's a very mixed match. It's political thriller. It's a lot happening. And while this doesn't exactly feel new, I think this plot sounds very familiar. There's something about how Asiri Ade approaches its story and that gives it new life, and that is its biggest selling point. It's slow burner. Now, slow burners are not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that, but I think Asiri Ade does well to end its reason for being a slow burner in building up slowly the mystery, the intrigue. You want to know who is this man, what he's doing, and so this through that little by little, it raises up a lot of questions and manages to tie off all these questions into a very neat bow at the end, which is impressive. Do I need to say why that is? No, it pays off its entire mystery, gives its characters, at least the main ones we're supposed to follow, all have their goals and aspirations, and let's say that they achieve it for the most part. And I'm really impressed with how the story did give new life to something that felt too familiar. Now, is it a masterpiece? I don't think it is. It has the tendency to drag the slow burner thingy, but I think it's a very good watch. It's one of the best things that from 2024, and for me, I'm only just discovering it because I just saw it recently. I know a lot more people did not see it because of on the streaming service it's available to watch, and which is understandable. I mean, not everybody will go to Not every stuff will go to Prime Video, not every stuff will go to Netflix, and not every stuff will go to cinemas, you know. But yeah, Asiri Ade, do I think you should watch it? I think if you were, for some reason, sitting on the fence about going to see this one, I think you should. I've left out a lot of surprises for you, even though this review contains spoilers. But I did leave a lot more surprises for you if you're still sitting on the fence about seeing it. I think you would really enjoy it because I know I did. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it, but I went in and I had a good time, and here we are. So yeah, Asiri Ade, let me know if you've seen it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If from what I've said so far, you've changing your mind about considering seeing it, let me know as well in the comments. If you think, nah, I'm going to pass, let me know as well in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.